So, you think you're ready to buy a house and you're not sure about your credit? Let's talk about it. We are talking to Brian Klotz with Nations Lending, and we're going to go over some things about credit today. So Brian, I talk to clients all the time, and they are scared of dropping their credit scores 20, 30 points just by even talking to you and having a credit pull done from a mortgage.
Yeah, I mean, one of the best steps you can take is actually talking to a mortgage lender right off the bat, which does require a credit pull, really to get you positioned here and know kind of where you stand here on the buying process. Very important to note, though, when you're looking at a hard pull on your credit for a mortgage, it is tagged as mortgage reporting. This is not like a credit card pull. It's not like your auto loan pulls. It's not a standard finance pull. It's tagged as mortgage reporting. I've been lending for 14 and a half years. It's very common that you're going to go and get someone pre-qualified, let's say in January. They don't end up buying a house until June. Credit's expired. We have to re-pull at that point. I personally have not seen any effect or minimal at best here on any type of score pull from a mortgage reporting inquiry.
Okay, cool. So myth debunked on that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's to be in a position to buy, that's the first step that you want to do.
Okay.
Is to go ahead and have someone take a look at that and let you know if there's any areas that we need to clean up, let you know where your score's at, because a lot of the rates and pricing, and even if you're looking at unconventional PMI, it's very credit score driven. So I mean, even if you're at like a 660 score and there's some things that we can do and you're not planning on buying for about 3 months to get to a 680 or 690, it may save you $200-$300 a month.
Got it. So I'm glad you brought that up, because the next question is going to be, I don't have a 700. So it's like, then everybody's scared. Then they're like, oh, well, I got to do this. I got to do this. So again, what should they do?
I mean, as far as the scoring, that goes back to the very first thing. Let's take a look at it here at the very beginning here and kind of see where we're sitting out the score. But reality is FHA, VA, most government programs, FHA with 3.5% down. I mean, you can go as low as a 580 score. Does that mean that all 580s are going to be approved? No. Many are. So I mean, as far as the scoring side of things, don't let a high score, keep you out of at least starting the process. Because I can tell you, if the best loan program for you to go down the road in is FHA, it doesn't matter if your score is 620 or 700.
Right.
I mean, the rate pricing is essentially the same on those.
Got it. Cool. So one of the other ones that I have, and I hear it a lot, is medical bills. I have this for medical bills, and I owe this amount of money for medical bills, and this is huge, because obviously with the way things are in these days, people are carrying that from in debt or something like that, things that they owe. How does that affect people?
From an underwriting standpoint, they're ignored. Okay. So I mean,
ignored completely.
They're not going to include them in your debt ratio or anything else if they're medical collections. Unfortunately, though, and this was supposed to have improved with the credit reform laws and everything else, that they weren't really supposed to be factoring into your credit score. They still do. Okay. I see scores down quite a bit on medical collections. The one thing to note about medical collections, if these are lower dollar medical collections, $100 here from a doctor's bill you forgot about here, you thought the insurance paid or whatever it may be. Most of the time, if you get that paid and you set that up correctly with the creditor at the beginning or the doctor's office or whatever it may be, they'll remove it completely from your credit report, because that's the goal. You want it removed, not shown as paid.
Gotcha. Cool. So let me ask you this, and what are some quick tips you can give some folks on little things they can do to either help their credit? Obviously, I know they need to talk to you, but what are some things that, people can do on their own?
One of the biggest things that you can do on your own, and I would say right off the bat, again, if you've got some collections on your credit report, talk to me, talk to another mortgage lender before you go and pay those off. A lot of times you will drop your score doing the right things by paying those things off. But one of the best things you can do is just keep your credit card balances low. And it's really, if you've got low limit credit cards, $300, $500, $1,000, it's really easy to show that's maxed out, and it hurts your score terribly. So one of the best things that you can do, it's 30% of your score, is really just have your credit card balances down, ideally below 30%. If you can go lower than that to where it's reporting below that, you'll see a tremendous improvement into your score, sometimes 60, 70, 80 points.
Cool.
Just by having those credit card balances low.
Good, good. So Brian, what's the best way for people to get a hold of you so they can talk to you about this stuff?
There's a number of different ways. You can give me a call, 512-785-3254. Shoot me a text.
What's your email? Yeah.
Brian.Klotz at nationslending.com
Okay.
or centraltexasfinance@gmail.com.
Okay,
There's
cool. And they can text you, email you, call
Yeah,
you.
I would say just give me a call or shoot me a text. It's probably going to be the easiest way to get started because it's, with any of these things with online applications and that sort of thing, I'm always going to call you regardless just to, ask any questions that you may have on it and to really make sure that we have the right information on it. There's quite a bit more that goes into mortgage approval than there is in getting an auto loan approved.
Yeah.
So, there's 9 times out of 10, there's going to be follow-up questions regardless of what you put on an online application.
Yeah, got it. All right. Awesome, guys. So you heard it straight from a professional mortgage lender. I just suggest you give Brian a call. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, call him first. This way you get the answers you need and you don't do something that may hurt you in the future. All right. So with that being said, call Brian. Call me if you want to hook up with Brian too. Eric Mulero with the Mulero Group, 512-351-1911. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye-bye.